guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at the Bachman S stock, which I don't often do model railway reviews, but I hadn't done one for a while, so I thought I would show you the Bachman S stock. So the particular unit we're going to be looking at today is the 350-2 0501, and obviously it's a 21-pin DCC chip, and obviously it's the Bachman S stock, which was exclusive to the London Transport Museum. So basically, just to cut a long story short, Bachman made these in 2015, and they were people bought them at the London Transport Museum, and they only made 300 of them, but I think if you got 150, the first 150 models to be ordered, you got a little certificate because they only made 300. Now, this is actually limited edition, so you'll notice that the box is slightly different. First off, it's grey. Now, I've never noticed Bachman do grey boxes. I've noticed them do blue boxes, like obviously here. Second of all, obviously the Bachman logo, the Bachman branch line, has moved up a little bit to make room for obviously this. Now, because it's the S-Dock and it's run by London Underground, it's got the London Underground sign on the box. And obviously you can see here Bombardier, who obviously made the real train. And I do believe he made the 2009 stocks as well on the Victoria line. So he made both of them. And up here obviously displays the title, London Underground S-Dock Motorised 4-Car Train Pack. Now that is the correct Johnston font is on the box, and you'll see that if you do decide to get one. But they did modernise it in 2016, because obviously don't forget that the font was getting a bit old and they had to change it. And also we've got stripes that obviously represent the different colours that the S-Dock runs on. We've got yellow for Circle, green for District, pink for Hammersmith and City, and then we've got this red colour, which I think is meant to represent the Metropolitan line, although really it should be that burgundy colour sort of thing, you know. But anyway, not really worrying about that. And then obviously you can see, obviously you get the address down there, and as I said, that is the only place you can buy this model, because obviously this model was limited edition, so that was the only place you could buy it. And then obviously you've got the Bachman address on there, which you can see there, and then obviously you've got the product description and the product code there, which is quite nice. And as I say, it's 21-pin DCC chip, but I have actually opened it and run it just to check it's okay, which is something I do recommend you do if you get a new set. And then finally we move on to the back of the box. Now I'm really happy with this. I mean, look at that. You've got some lovely artwork depicting obviously Baker Street Station, which is one of the kind of, well, not the most iconic station, but it doesn't come a long way down the list, because obviously it was obviously one of the first tube stations ever built, and it is actually quite recognisable when you go and visit it. You can see it, and yeah, nice artwork. It's almost like obviously the Railway Children's set, although obviously Bachman had done their own commissions and art, which is just really nice, you know. So yeah, you've got a few people on the station there, but you can see here obviously the words, and it talks about where the stock was built, how fast it runs, what the differences between the different kinds of stock are. It's just a really nice addition, and it shows that Bachman have been working hard to produce this model. Not the real thing, the model. But as you can see here on the bottom, which is quite nice, you've got a picture, and it actually says the order in which the train should be assembled. Now, Bachman did this. They sold this set from the London Transport Museum as either an S4 or an S8. So you could buy this set, which would obviously represent the S4, or if you wanted to spend out a bit more money and make this train more realistic, you could buy the S8s. So you could buy the extra coaches in the middle, and say, let's say coaches actually cost about £20, so not much, but then you would make it even either an S4 or an S8, which I'm not going to do, because my layout's actually quite small. But but yeah. But I mean, it's nice, it's the picture, like it shows you which parts and stuff, so that's nice. Okay, so now we get into the model itself. So let's open the box and get one of these units out. So so that's pretty heavy. I guess that's a motorized unit because there's 2 power cars in this. Oh, got into a mangle here. That's also pretty heavy. I think that's a motorized unit. And then these pair, yes, they're quite light. So obviously they're the cars that go in the middle of this. Very, very quickly, let's have a look at the paperwork. Okay, so moving on to the obviously the first sheet. So this is basically your product warranty, how to join the Bachman Collectors Club, which I will do at some point. And even though I'm only 10 years old, I do want to do that because, well, yeah. So yeah, it talks about, this is basically like a part sheet, how to buy separate parts for this unit. Obviously, if some parts do perish and fall apart, how to put tiny drops of lubrication in just to smooth it down, how to put oil in and stuff like that, how to, DCC it and how it will run on DC, but try not to. I say that don't mix the two. So if you're going to run it on DCC, use a DCC layout, and if you're going to run it DC, use a DC layout. Otherwise, that might control the systems that are powering your train, and well, that wouldn't be good if it did that, because it would short circuit. But yeah, it talks about that. It even tells you how to fit a DCC chip in there and where to put oil. And it also talks about the radius curves you can use it on. So my layout is 4/4/3. Normally when I get new trains, I put them on the outside loop to just kind of check they're okay, which is, again, something I do recommend you do. So yeah, what radius curves? So you either use it on 2nd, 3rd or 4th. I use 4th and 3rd. Second radius is a bit tight. I suppose you could use it on second radius. There are a lot of locos that don't like second radius. I wouldn't do it, but it's okay. But first radius is just a joke. That's basically for N gauge stuff. So yeah, radius curves. Do not pull on the buffers or do not pull on the bow gear because you'll probably put it off. And then it talks about definitely this line here, don't run it on carpet if you can help it, because then they'll pick up fibres and the fibres get wrapped around the motor and it just gets really messy. It's a nice little addition. It's sent to us. It tells you how to fit DCC sound. We're going to be running this train on DCC, as I said, but I haven't got sound in. That is something I do need to do. How to fit sound. It tells you that you need to fit sound. You need 2 DCC sound chips. So you need to fit 1 in each motor car, because don't forget there are 2 motor cars in this set, and we'll take a look at the price later. But yeah, it tells you how to fit DCC sound, where to take the speaker off, and if you want more questions, there's Hornby magazine and you can look at that. It came with the model. But yeah, it talks about that. And then basically the second sheet is basically London Underground S-Dock train. You've got this bit of artwork again, which is quite nice. And it does talk about that, but it tells you here how to put people in. And I know most modelers might want to put people in their units, and it does tell you how to take the body off and put people inside. You can even install lighting to make it very realistic, and that is a project I've got on the go with my dad, because we like modelling together. But then inside this little pamphlet, the information is actually quite useful. So it says here the order in which the train should be assembled, which is something that doesn't usually happen, but works. And that is basically based on, obviously I showed you on the box that sort of connecting thing, and it does hang on a moment, it does show you how to make this model an S8 set, or you can just leave it in as an S4. So if you had this, you bought this as an S4, so that would be one motor car there and that one motor car there, but then that would be the trailer car, and then that would become the motor car. So yeah, it's just a nice little addition. And then it tells you how to this is actually a pretty good piece of information. It tells you how to uncouple and couple the units, which is something we will get onto later. There's actually a special tool that there's actually a special proprietary coupling, and there's even a tool that you use. So there's going to be tiny little contacts that make contact with each other, and then you just uncouple them. You slide the tool in there, and then you nudge it, and it comes apart, which is quite nice. But nobody really needs to see that, you know. Okay then. So moving on to one of these. Which units I'll take a look at one of the motor units first. So I'll take a look at maybe this one. So basically, all you do, it's not hard to open this. You just get your ends of your nails just into the side of the packaging. Hang on, it wants to play. Come on. Yeah, this packaging is quite tight, and so yeah. So you just pull that out like that. Just pull it out like that. Unlike these, because they're easy to open. And then you lift out this. Block of ice, very, hang on, it wants to, there we go, very carefully. I was a bit rough there, so, yeah. So you've got the block of ice, and then you just slide off a second sleeve. There we go. And then, one more thing you need to do, very, very carefully, just remove the plastic assembly, basically. Get rid of it. Gone. And then you're left with this. Well, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's stunning. I mean, just look at all that detail there. It might be a bit hard to see because I'm in quite a sunny room, but I mean, look at that. The front is absolutely beautiful. Look at all those window wipers detail. The window wipers are separately fitted, which I think is an amazing thing. On the destination board there, it says 445 Allgate Metropolitan line, just at the top there. It's lit up on both ends, really, really powerful. The lights are very powerful as well, so when it's coming towards you, they glow white, and when it's going away from you, they glow red as well, which is so nice. And it's just amazing, essentially. And on the front, you've got the coupling, the cup and ball kind of system. You've got more car stand only signs on the front, on the side, which I don't know what that means. But yeah. I mean, it's just beautiful, folks. So yeah, more car stands only signs. Steps here for the driver, obviously to go up. The doors are perfectly modelled. But what I've noticed is that these sets of doors here at the front of the motor car are actually smaller than these sets of doors. I don't know why they've got custom fit doors for the front of the train. That's really quite interesting. But yeah, the doors are very nicely detailed. You've got the warning signs on the doors as well, which is really, really nice. You've got the, obviously, London Underground logo. It's quite small, but you probably can just pick it out. I mean, even the insides are relative detail with seats. You're probably not going to see very well, but they are detailed. And you've got, obviously, the Metropolitan line destination bit there. And it's just flawless. Underneath, you can see that there's some pickups there. That's definitely the motorised bogie. Look at that. This one it says number 4 here. We'll check one of the other units to see if that says anything different. And you've got the coupler as well, which looks very nice, but except this bit on the back, I'm not going to make a criticism, but it does look a bit cheap and plasticky. It would have been nice for this bit to be removed so you could see through the train, which obviously you can do in real life. I mean, even on the roof, it's detailed. Like, look at that. You can see some little fans, which look very nice. As I say, the light clusters are very, very bright. I mean, it's just so good. Because it's so good, there are probably a few people shouting at the screen, I should say, about something that's not quite right. But I'm afraid I cannot point that out. It looks absolutely flawless to me. Like, just look at that. I mean, yeah. So let's take a look at, obviously one of the other units. We'll take a look at the other motor car and see if that says anything different. Okay, so, this is the other unit. So just, obviously slide the sleeve off. There we go. You're probably not going to be able to see because I have to mount the camera in a weird position. Now, immediately, this is different. You've got a little bag of, detailing here, little bag of accessories. So hang on, where'd it go? So yeah, you see we've got a wheel. Hang on, I think I've lost a part. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back and I found the other parts. So yeah, as I was saying, there's a wheel. There are 2 wheels here. So there's one with a traction tyre on and there's one without. Actually, I think they both have traction tyres on, actually, yeah. Now, people who don't know what traction tyres are, they're little, like, rubber wheels that go around the bottom of the units, and they are frowned upon by some people because they're not very realistic and they can perish and fall apart. But, it doesn't have them on, but if you're running the 8-car train, you might need the traction tyres because, well, yeah. And also, so here we go. This is the hang on, stop that. So here we go. Here's the did I lose it? I think I did. Yeah. The tool is somewhere around here. Okay, I'll have to insert this. Okay, I'm back and I've got the tool. Sorry, I just had to go and find it. It was in my cupboard because normally I lock the accessories away. But yeah, here's the tool that uncouples. So you just slide the pointed end here, the wedge end, underneath a gap in the bottom of the coupler, and then you just put it underneath, and I play a little bit of force, and then that's it. Job done, uncoupled. But so that's like a nice little addition. So I'll put the accessories into that box there. But I mean, yeah. And so here's the other power car. So just again, very, very carefully, just lift that out like that, and that's all you have to do. Okay, now that's different. So here it says, so this says number 1. So I mean, yeah, the detail's practically the same if I compare. Obviously the ends are the same, the coupling is the same, the door detail is the same, even the insides are the same. Even the roof detail is the same. And I suppose that's what you'd expect, really, apart from this one says number 1 and the other one says number 4. But I mean, yeah, it's practically the same, you know. But even the coupling is the same. Like, look at that. But as I say, the end detail is a bit cheap and plasticky. But you know, it's nice. You know, I do like the detail on this. It is very nice. Again, we've got the London Underground round door sign, which obviously I do recommend. I do see a lot because, well, I'm actually going to the London Transport Museum next week with a friend of my mum's called Kate and her baby son Ruben. I think my brother might come. But yeah, I mean it's flawless. Like even the underneaths are very well detailed. Now obviously here's the bit that opens. It flaps open and you can put the DCC chip in, which is very nice. And yeah, it's very nice detail. The windows, the doors, they're relative detail essentially. Underneath there, as you can see, there are more pickups, everything like that. It's basically, and obviously here's the motorized bogie. So obviously this will be the front bit, and yeah, it's very nicely. I'm just going to open one of the dummy units to see if that's any different. Okay, so I've opened one of the dummy units that obviously comes with the set, and you can buy more of these to make this either an S7 or an S8. But I mean, it's practically the same, you know, like the coupling it's detailed. The coupling is detailed. Everything about this is detailed. The doors are detailed. And one thing I forgot to point out is you can see through the entire unit, you can see all the seats. And if the motor units, the motor's actually underneath, so you can see through the entire unit as well. And I like that. Hornby are very good at doing that. Bachman, not so good. I mean, they're getting better, but, I mean, they do need to improve because, well, you know, come on, folks. This is at the time of filming. You know what we do. We put people in, we install lighting and stuff. Like, you can't really do that with the one of the units of the Class 150. So, yeah, I am a bit disappointed in that. But, I mean, yeah, it's practically the same. Like, the roof detail is basically the same. And, obviously, yeah. Is it numbered? No, it's not. It's not numbered. But it doesn't matter. It's fine. The instructions tell us where this is meant to go. You can see you've got the contacts on the couplings, just like the one on the pickups. And what Bachman have done, which is they've obviously thought about this. They put pickups on this unit, even though there's no motor. And even though they only need 2 DCC chips, they put motors in this carriage. Sorry, they didn't put motors in this carriage. They put contacts on this carriage, which is very nice. So if you want to put interior lighting, it's there, and you can do it. It's yeah. But you can see inside. Can we go inside? Can we go inside? No, we can't go inside. I wonder if you can put interior lighting in there very easily because you've got such a good view of inside. I suppose I better open the other dummy unit. Just here. Oh no, that one's upside down. So I'm just gonna again. I'm gonna have to. So. Dig your nails into there. Just pull it up, and there you go. Hang on, I just need to pull that side up. It can be a bit difficult to pull, but you know, you do it, and it's. Oh. Sorry, I'm going to have to do this off camera. Sorry, but... Okay, so I've got the, obviously the dummy unit out, and it's practically the same. I mean, it's all good to go. It's all good to go, and it looks absolutely fabulous. So, we'll get them on the layout and give some juice. Okay, so we've got a lovely unit on the track, and as I say, it's running on DCC. So, as I said, you need 2 DCC chips for this unit to work, as they are not electrified through the actual train. So, you need one at this end and one at that end. Now, you can actually choose your own address, so I've chosen address 58. So what you do is you give address 58 to this unit, and you give address 58 to that unit as well. And the unit number is 2488, and the train number is 455, if you can see that there. So I've done all the additional programming and stuff. So if we press function 0 now, that will turn on the lights. So you might not be able to see very well because if I pan the camera up, it's quite sunny outside. But you can see the white light, and then if I change direction, yeah, it's almost impossible to see, but they are red. And these are white. There you go. And the destination board lights up as well, which is really nice. And there's even a cab light in there, which is awesome. But it does tend to bleed through. Now, take this little pinch of salt, because obviously when these trains running around day to day, the cab light isn't on, as that will cause distractions to the driver. But it is there, and it does look awesome. So the next step is to get it running, and we will without further ado. So it's a little bit noisy, but it is very smooth. I mean, look at that. As you can see, guys, it is a bit bright, so I will turn down the ambient lighting so we can get a proper episode of the lights in a minute. As you can see, this is the light bleed in the dark. Now, it does look a bit weird, almost like the front is lit and the back is not. Now, this could be improved, I know, with interior lighting. However, what you'll see is the cab light is bleeding through the front portion of the train. So I thought I'd turn the lights up and show you that. But as you can see, there's no interior lighting, so I might add that. So to conclude, I mean, this is probably the best, well, one of the best models that I own. It's probably one of the most detailed, and it's just amazing. I don't know how to describe it. The lights are very bright. I just pressed the function button again. You're probably not going to see, but they've gone off now. And I think that more people should have this, so pick your favourite. And I know they're doing a 1939 stock on the on the Northern line, and the 1933 stock on the Bakerloo line. So get around to getting it if you can, obviously. And yeah, I thought that was very good. So thanks for listening, and I hope I haven't made this video too long and boring. And yeah, so see you later, guys.